Hello and welcome to this special Curse of Naxxramas special from the Hearthstone half hour. This is FailCraft Casts and I'm Hammy. I hope you're well and good. So we're going to be taking a look at Loatheb on Heroic. We're going to jump in and we are going to be designing a deck and taking a look at how we can deal with him. So Loatheb has huge health. He also spawns spores. He's got an ability that Area of Effect clears the table for nasty damage. 3 points of damage to your hero each turn for 0 mana, so he just keeps on trying to kill you. So we need to try and pressure him a whole big bunch. We also need to try and remove the Fen Creeper that he drops really early in the game. It's a nasty, horrible deck, and we need to try and keep ourselves healed up, and we need to try and stop Fen Creepers doing nasty things. We then kill the spores, of course, which buff up our minions excessively, and then we can basically just run in for the kill against his huge health. So it's staying alive, getting healed, dealing with the Fen Creeper until you can then jump in and do the damage for the win. So let's have a look and see what we can do for that. So what we're going to be taking a look at is a deck that's been going around called Priest, none other than. So what we're going to do is work with that and show you a little bit about how we build it and then how it works. We would also share the various sort of decks and inspirations that we've seen in the comments. So again, I'm not going to say this is entirely original work, but it will be good to take a look and see how it works. As always, breaking it down for you, but looking at the concepts and then how the deck design works to come in through that. So first up we have a couple of Holy Smites for control. We're going to then jump into the lovely Priest card that is the Northshire Cleric. That gives you the healing drawing cards from the heals, so it keeps your deck acceleration going. A couple of Power Word Shields, keeps those minions alive, which will be good. And then the interesting option, a little bit different, but going for a Lightwell. So if Loatheb is doing regular damage to you, if you get yourself all healed up, then Lightwell will keep you alive and on the table. Shadow Web Pains, very useful in terms of when you see the encounter. This is a spoiler, getting rid of that nasty Fen Creeper that just slows you up so early on. And then Holy Nova we're going for next. So Holy Novas, why do we have those? Well, it lets us remove spores, keep his table under control, heal up our side of the table, synergizes, combos well with Northshire Cleric too, so very good. And then finally some big healing and big removal for big minions in Holy Fire. Heals us, hurts him, good stuff. Okay, next up we are going for some archers. Now that's a little bit of spore removal, a little bit of triggering on minions. The great synergizing card of the Light Warden as well, because we're going to be healing lots, so we can do some damage. An interesting one to drop in as well is Voodoo Doctor for keeping ourselves alive. I can't spell voodoo. And then we take a look at a few other options. So Shield Bearer for soaking up some damage is good, because really it will hold up the Fen Creeper in the early game, which is pretty cool, so we're quite happy to do that. 2 of those make the grade. And then also the interesting option is a little bit of silence. Science. It can mean that we can do some switcheroos with big health minions. So the Crazed Alchemist gets the nod for 1 copy. That means that we can switch things around. We can also get nasty on some of Loatheb's minions as well. Haunted Creepers times 2, because of the little chip damage that various different things he does throws out. That means that we can get a swarm going. A Loot Hoarder gives us card draw. The Earthen Ring Farseer restores our health as well, keeping us alive, because of course Loatheb for every turn is doing 3 damage to us for no mana. An interesting option here in the Rifleman, 2 damage, that's for triggering the spores as well, and then finally for tanking up some more damage as well, the Stone Skin Gargoyles. So it's all good, we can throw all of these out nice and quick, we can block and remove the Fen Creeper. You want to be using your Archer's Smites or similar to be popping spores and then hitting them with minions, so it's all good. The Light Warden of course heals. We can either remove big minions, deal some damage out. We'll be healing as much as we can, but the one thing that we would probably need to work out is if Spectral Knights and big things drop down, we need to have ways of removing those. It is really just grinding him away. Poison Seeds is of course Loatheb's ability where he really stacks up in terms of removal, so all is well. Welcome and go! Great to see us. We are just going to be seeing if we can drop before going out of lunch breaks at Loatheb on Heroic. So I've just realised that I built this entire deck on the title screen whilst reading through it. So I'll zip through it again. Well, you can see that we built it, we've not looked at the cards. So what we're aiming to do is wear him away, control the spores and control his minions whilst keeping ourselves healed up, because he does 3 damage to us every turn for 0 mana with his hero power. So Smite, Spore Removal. Shield keeps our minions alive, card draw. Elven Archer, Spore Removal. Light Warden can do some damage because we're always going to be healing, so that will help us take out big minions or chip away at Loatheb as a hero. Northshire Cleric, we're going to be healing, that gives us card draw. Shield Bearer, soaks up the Fen Creeper that he has early game. Voodoo Doctor keeps us alive, can be buffed with spores. Shadowword Pain removes Fen Creeper and others. Crazed Alchemist lets us decrease some of his minions' attacking threats or increase our own. Haunted Creeper is just great for swarming and gives us more small minions to benefit from spores. Lightwell keeps everyone on our side of the table happy if we get it down. Loot Warder, card draw. Elden Ring Farseer, health. Ironforge Rifleman, spore removal. Stoneskin Gargoyle trades, keeping minions alive. Holy Novas for AoE clearance of spores, and then Holy Fire for removing big nasty minions. So let us jump in and see what we can do. I'm so sorry that most of the beginning of this video was in fact just an image. So what I'm going to do is probably going to have to cut that for YouTube. Okay,
Just
almost the end.
Nearby Loatheb causes your flesh to rot. So I recommend a melee class.
Oh, he's trying to cause some problems, telling us to go melee. So, cool. Right, let's get involved. Let's grab our custom priest and see what we can do. Getting in the mood for dancing.
Anduin versus Loatheb.
Loatheb sees us.
The light shall bring victory.
Okay, so we need to mulligan pretty hard, I'm thinking. So what we really could do with is a Shadowword Pain for removing some of those nasty bits that are on the table to start. Let's have a look. We would like to see... we can check these out, but I'd like to try and see a Shadow Word. There is a spore that of course we can insta-remove there, which is cool. No Shadow Word for me. Annoying. So I'm not going to be getting rid of that turn 1, which I would have liked to do. However, let us see how we can push onwards. So if we can try and trade some stuff away, that would be absolutely awesome. He will take out my cleric as soon as I play it. Really, the spore will just sit there. There are no minions to give an attacking benefit for that for the time being. So I don't want to lose my Northshire cleric just yet. I really think, as soon as this sounds, I'm going to smite and start working away at this Fen Creeper. Necrotic Aura, there we go. Just continuous tons of damage is going to start. Ah, the SWP is in the house. Lovely stuff. So there we go. And we can leave those spores for the time being, because we want to get that plus 8 attack damage. Shade of Nax. That's going to get nastier the longer we leave it. And in terms of what we can do, well, we would want to be just throwing down lots of cheap drops. So I'm going to go for him, and then him, and then finally him. So there you go, first spore down. There we go, to our attack damage, and that's what we need to do. We need to be, spore burst, 1 damage to all minions, summons a spore, we can get rid of that spore. So there we go. The Shade was able to do the trading. Is in there, so at least we can heal and start doing some trouble. What we need to do is, of course, remember that we're just going to get 3 a go until we die, so we need to make sure that we keep ourselves up and at him. So the battle cry of restoring 3, healing and drawing would certainly keep this alive, but it's not going to keep us alive long enough. So remember, it's just a chip away. We can remove this minion, but that will remove us. We can't afford to take too much damage to ourselves. So I'm going to destroy the spore. Buff us up, and he needs to keep removing our minions if he can. There we go. On this trade, the dancing swords goes down, and the opponent draws. Leopard will do more damage, and then finally his hero power chipping away at us. Need Lightwell, need more heals. Mindforged Rifleman will certainly remove that threat from us. The Stoneskin Gargoyle will help us stay good and alive, which is excellent. I'm going to have to heal myself up. And then I'm going to trade for the minion that could do us most damage. Now again, there's a reasonable argument for running into his face, but I'm not going to do that just yet. Let's see if we can work it. Oh, 5 damage and summoning a spore. Terrible. Necrotic Aura chipping away at me as well. Okay, so we've got, in reality, it's what quite a nice hand there. We can Ironforge the Rifleman down, will do 2 to us, smite against the spore, and then we can 10-2 Rifleman. We've not even been able to hit Loatheb in the face with anything, but the Spectral Knight is a nasty minion that we need to trade off. So it really is, when do we hit him in the face, when do we trade the minions? That is the balance with this priest deck. You can see we're staying alive, we're doing a job, all is well and good. The taunt will go down, the stone skin can go down, so we can certainly taunt up some of that Spectral Knight for a while. I actually think we're going to go for the face on this occasion and see what Loatheb has in terms of our removal. I'm pretty sure that, yep, there we go, there's the charge made. Flesh-eating Ghoul, a minion dying, gaining one attack is nasty. Stable Ghoul, we now have to get through his tank. Oh, we should have removed the Spectral Knight when we had the chance. And then a double AoE with Spore Burst removes our nasty threatening dwarf. Hey! Benny, welcome! Well met! Loving the custom icons. Okay, so you join us in the midst of, well, I can pretty much simply say that we've perished. I don't think we're going to be able to get through this at any particular time. But what we've learnt is that we need to counterbalance. Okay. Oh, we're not quite dead, but with 2 health left. I don't really think we're going to be able to live through this. Shame that Lightwell did not come out earlier, in terms of getting ourselves nicely healed up. Start of turn only, 4 health. What was it, ABC? Now, nicely, of course, you know, with that 1 damage that he does, we do suddenly buff all of our minions up crazy big. There we go. If only that had been done earlier in the game, eh? Right, let's replay this because I feel that this deck is going to bring us victory. What we just need to do is get it in the right order. Let us keep on cracking on and getting Loatheb down to start with. Welcome, Fenny, by the way. Great to have all of you lunchtime crew in the UK. But early morning, of course, if you're in the US. So thank you very much for spending some time with us as you are just waking up. Let's get back in. That deck was good. We took a look at Loatheb. If we had managed to get rid of the Fen Creeper earlier, when do we hit to the face? When do we control his minions? If I'd taken that Spectral Knight, I feel that we would have probably lived another couple of turns. So worth taking a look at.
Anduin versus Loatheb!
Loatheb! He sees us.
The light shall bring
So we can
victory.
remove the spore. We cannot totally know better. I'm going to keep the arch up for spore removal and hope that we can. Ooh, no Shadow Word Pain. But plenty of healing options nonetheless. A shield bearer would also be nice. So I don't want to remove the spore. I don't want to cleric. I don't want to archer. I think I'm just going to tap. As much as I could have thrown one of those down, I'm wasting the effect of all of them, and it would have been traded with the Fen Creeper. Hey. Super Duchy. Okay, right. Tank goes down. Saves us a bit. I'm tempted to remove this. The reason for removing that is that even though you might be able to throw some combo down to remove my shield bearer, I can certainly go into a Northshire Cleric next game, maybe even a Voodoo Doctor. But there's the Shade, which will certainly remove that tank next turn. There we go, Necrotic just keeps chipping away. How nasty is it by 10 to 10 of your health is already removed? Not liking that in the slightest. But we still don't have that Shadowed Pain, that would have been good. The Voodoo Doctor will let us restore whenever a minion is healed, draw a card. I can certainly heal up one more to... Now options, I could Battle Cry restore 3 on the Shield Bearer to keep him alive another go, but this Shade could equally get through that next turn. I could remove the Spore and we could suddenly start going to town, that could be quite funny. Really, we're going for the sustain rather than the one-hit knockout. I'm going to go for the card draw. And there's the Shadowed Pain, so at least we have that option next turn. But Shade of Naxxramas is going to get buffed, and that can remove. Oh, he's still staying stealthed. And the attacks come to the face. Gnarly, the Fen Creeper just removed everything. But we can now start going to work. So what is our best play option here? Well, we're quite low on health, so a heal is kind of necessary. Then again, we've got the Shadowed Pain to remove that Fen Creeper as well, and we can start trading for nasty things. Okie dokie. Okay, so I think that what we're going to do is SWP. Got to heal. So the Voodoo Doctor gets the nod for that cry. I need to keep the priest alive. But removing the spore. Oh! Carnage and damage. So what we can then do is, I think, trade away. So what that gives is a priest that's still alive that we can heal with. His choice as to whether he wants to do Death Boom. Ooh, 5 to a minion and summon a spore. Ouch. Holy Fire will let us remove various bits and bobs from the table. We've got healing potential there too. And the Stone Skin Gargoyle as well. So I need to get myself higher health wise. Need to be stacking that up. And really I should probably remove the Shade of Naxxramas. I did not make this deck. It is inspired from some part streaming and part desk listening and things. However, I did work on a priest deck for the last wings, so I've enjoyed the fact that priest is actually a bit useful. I cannot take credit, but I can certainly link you to where you can see it. Okay, so we can do some removal, we can get some healing going. We cannot get that Spectral Knight unless we remove something this turn. So for that reason we need to Ironforge. Because that will mean that we can then remove the Spectral Knight. That was our mistake last time. We really should have done. The Earthen Ring Faucet, oh, mistaken play again. I should have dropped my other healing cards before killing the Spore, because then I would have got the additional attack benefit from the Spore. So we've got him under control, we're vaguely alive, we've got a Holy Fire, that can remove those Dancing Swords, which is great. That can also heal me up, which is great too. And remember that we're going to need to deal with that Fleshy Tingle. So there's a play order question to decide here as well. So instead of what I did last time, which was make an error, we remove the minion that will stay alive. Played the Holy Fire, that means we can draw a card and remove the Dancing Swords. Draw into a Fen Creeper, and then yay, we do the first damage of the encounter with our Gargoyle. But oh, nasty Spore Burst removal. We see a Faceless Manipulator into the field, but then just copies our nasty minion. That forces us to do some trading straight off the bat. Okay, so I can heal this up, but it's not going to live hugely long. I need health either way, so do I want to rush the table? The Elven Archer will help us do some removal. I can. It depends whether I want to sacrifice this for the greater good or get table position. I'm going to make a bid for table position here. So that means sacrificing our chap here, but then we can get a lot more on the deck.
One shot, one kill.
So even though basically see that we did the trade, removed one minion, but then we have Spore Burst and another Fen Creeper, but we can remove that with a Holy Fire if we want. They're trading a minion, looks so it's probably the way to go. Okay, nice heal up, and of course our Stains and Goggles staying alive, like the Bee Gees, which is great. So firstly, I feel that, if I really wanted to keep this spider, I could, or I could create 2 more dangerous spiders by sacrificing it. Let's go with that. So there we go. Can do a bit of a crazy Holy Fire there. Let's buff one of these up, so it's going to survive any Spore Burst. And then I'm actually going to, lovely Smite. Let's just do the removal. And that means that, whoosh, Spore Cloud comes, and now suddenly we're in a controlling position. Okay, so Stone Skin Gargoyle. We can just throw down anywhere. Happy days! Oh, here again. Remove him. 1 damage to all of our focus, but let's heal the team up. Let's get the band back together. Keep pressuring away. I think that was it, guys. This feels easier than not. Admittedly, with the help of the deck, which I will not be taking credit for. So you can see this style, if you're keeping yourself healed up, if you get the trades working nicely, then there is a nice bunch of things you can do. I'm going to have to sacrifice the spitter. Here we go. Ooh, a light well hits the deck. You can now see that with our various different options, we are chipping away at him, keeping our table under control, and healing up. So it's really making sure that you live, you heal, you deal with the bigger threats until you use the spores, and a bit of a lucky draw as well. It's a card game, that always helps. I'm just really going for so solid control. I'm not going to give him a chance to get anything meany going. You can see you can Spore Burst, but he's giving me a Spore. So, should be coming in for a nice little win. Oh, all the heals triggering and stuff as well. Here we go, guys. We can have a nice fun finish. Yeah. Bye bye, Loatheb. Bye bye. Good stuff. There we go.
My minions! Stop it! Stop it right this minute!
Good and fun stuff. So there we go. It's another sort of heroics down. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you are live, don't go away because we're going to be playing a little bit of extra stuff in a bit. But if you are on the YouTubes and similar, thank you so much for tuning in. That was our little defeat of Loatheb. I will give full credit absolutely to the deck idea that has been shared by none other than Vigc or Vice. So I'll stick that in all kinds of descriptions, let you have a look at the deck idea and list that we were working with just there. What I would say absolutely is, do play the bosses a bit on Heroic and get used to their fights, build some of your own decks. If you go and grab a deck list and beat it straight away, you do take a little bit of the sort of challenge and rinse and repeat out of it, so it's good to get creative. What I've tried to do personally is avoid as many spoilers as possible, meaning that we sort of go in fresh to the bosses as much as we can. In this case, I did jump in and take a look at the deck list. So thanks so much for tuning in. If you're on YouTube, where can you find us? We'd love to see you in the future. Take a look. You can join us live 5 nights and sometimes 5 lunchtimes UK time a week. Adjust that for your time zone as necessary. Come join us, twitch.tv/FailCraft Cast. You can sub for free. We go Monday through Friday. We'll always tweet on @FailCraft Casts roughly what time we're going to be going live. So all of the evening times you can see in the left column there. But we also do a lunchtime stream as well, UK, which is, again, BU West Coast US, that's sort of 8 hours behind, I believe, and then East Coast, I believe that's 4 to 5 hours behind. Also, your crazy Central Mountain Time, Central Time as well. Countries with more than one time zone confuse us British people a tad. If you are watching live, youtube.com/FailCraft Casts. We're doing Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, new player guides, deck guides, bit of laddering, pick your own arenas, loads of fun. Come check us out. And last but not least, the website is failcraft.org, and we have articles, a few other bits and bobs. We've got all the videos and then some new player resources and links, and a few wonderful folks of you.